So, Robbie, great to catch up after yesterday's dramatic victory against Workington. What do you make of it all?
Brilliant performance from the team, coming from 2-0 down to win 3-2. Very comfortable in the game. Let's be fair, Bob. Total domination in terms of with the ball. I think we had 20 shots, 12 on target. We scored the 3 goals, hit the woodwork numerous times. I thought they defended really well at times in the low block. Listen, they had, I think, 3 shots on target all game, no corners. We had 10. So again, the domination and the way we moved the ball around. When you're playing against a low block, you got to move the ball quick. You got to move your opponents around. I thought we'd done that exceptionally well. So delighted with the comeback. Thoroughly deserved the win. But you know what, Bob? With this group at 2-0 down, I always knew we were going to win. They got tired. They got deeper and deeper, and inevitably, how relentless we are on the substitutions, we can win games of football. And do you know what? I have to thank Radcliffe in a way for my ethos this season, because I wanted to bring players in who could score goals. 100 goals I knew would win us the league. I think we're 3 or 4 off. But what Radcliffe done last season to win the league, if they were losing 1, 2, 3-0, you think they were going to win the game, like they did when they beat us 4-3. So I knew with this group that they've got so many goals in them. So again, even at 2-0 down, I knew we'd win the game because how relentless we are. But it was a thoroughly deserved win. Listen, we could have scored 7 or 8, but we got the 3, which we're delighted with.
So in terms of us being 2-0 down, it's a bit of a novelty, isn't it? It doesn't happen that often. But did your mindset change at all in terms of our approach to the game, or is it simply a matter of just sticking to our principles?
Well, we changed a couple of formations in game to give lads opportunities. We started with a 3-4-1-2 and to go 2 up, and then we went back to the 4-2-3-1. And funnily enough, when we went to the 4-2-3-1, we conceded 2 goals in 2 minutes. It was a wonderful free kick from David Symington. Brilliant technique. He's very good at that. He missed one just before, and then individual errors from us really. The free kick leading up to the goal, and then a pass back which was intercepted and they scored. So again, it was no change of approach. I think we are better in a 4-2-3-1. But again, I thought the work and some players, showed great respect, giving us the guard of honour. That was brilliant. And you've seen how our fans applauded them. The directors were magnificent in the boardroom. So again, we'll miss a lot of teams next year, going up the divisions. And when you look at teams in our league, Bob, who are underachieving or overachieving, and the work managers do. I want to give a mention to people say that I've done a decent job. I haven't. The players have done it for me, and my staff. You've seen the picture with the staff. For me, the managers of the season. You look at Steve Daly at Prescott, what they went through at the start of the season. Secured safety yesterday. Tough place to go. Give us 2 really tough games. Steve Daly for me is gone above expectation of what he's done for that side. Top half finish for them would be unbelievable. You look at Michael at Stockton, for them to be in the playoffs at this stage, beating Workshop yesterday, unbelievable. Ian at Ilkeston, again in touching distance of the playoffs. Craig at Morpeth, and Renault at Warrington. What those managers have done have been absolutely fantastic. So I want to give a special mention to those managers. Listen, the teams in the playoffs should be there. With the exception of Stockton, those teams should be there, no question about it. When you can bring players in from higher divisions at this stage of the season, you've got to be looking to get promoted. It's going to be a real battle on those promotion places. Very, very good teams in there, but they should be in there with the exception of Stockton. And again, it's who handles the pressure at this stage. Luckily for us, Bob, we haven't got to go through that pressure, but it's a playoffs which I'll be looking forward to going to watch. Having fallen in the final last year. So again, it was a great performance, and this team can win anyway, Bob. Got total belief in them. They got belief in each other. And let's be totally honest, it was a thoroughly deserved win. And the biggest disappointment, Bob, is we're not ruthless enough in that final third. As I said, we should have had 7 or 8.
In terms of goals, you said that there'd be a lot of goals in the VIP before the game, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's well predicted, that one. But just in terms of the late winner, how the lads came to celebrate with yourself, with your management team, what does that say about us as a club?
Means a lot. Means a lot. Again, we know, I think what the lads wanted to do for themselves and for me was to shut a lot of people up. I think you've shown that how galvanised we are, how together we are. Not only on the pitch, but off the pitch. Paddle tennis tournaments, golf tournaments, foot golf. We're taking them away into the season. Everything we do together has just galvanised the group and formed such an impressive dressing room. And special mention yesterday, John Rooney. He's a future manager, whether it's at this club or wherever. The way he, talks about the game, the way he sets his standards so high. Another late winner from John, and for him to run over to me and jump on me, and then for John to do the thing at the end instead of me, but the lads were hammering him. But he's been, honestly, he has been truly inspirational in that dressing room. Luke Duffy yesterday, his performance, Bob. Wow, what a performance from Duffs. Mendy with another goal, relishing his midfield position now. Everybody yesterday was magnificent. So again, it meant a lot to me and my staff that the players believe in us that much. And again, they don't know when they beat. I think that's 13 times, Bob. This season we've gone behind, and I think we've taken more points from losing positions than any other team. Breaking records. Again, I'm not going to put the records out. This team was broken until the end of the season. But let me tell you, when you're a good team, you want to leave legacies. And as a management team, we want to smash every record going to shut people up. That's what we want to do. And we're well on course doing it. We've broken lots of club records already. And I want to see every single club record smashed between now and the end of the season.
And just following on from that, Guiseley away next week.
Yeah.
Tough game against the playoff chasing opposition, but it's all about us going for them records now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There will be changes next week, giving people opportunities. We made a few yesterday. There'll be more changes at Guiseley. We've got a few lads back from injury who need minutes, so there'll be I think numerous changes next week. But again, there was changes yesterday. But the belief we have in this group, we said it before the start of the season, didn't we? If squads win leagues, and it's going to be opportunities for people next week as well, like Ilkeston, and then leak away on the bank holiday, and Whitby here to get the trophy. 4 brilliant games to go. Another crowd over 3,000. I'm sure we'll take lots of fans to Guiseley. It's going to, they should be in the playoffs. They should be there. We played them earlier in the season. They're a very, very good side. I've never been to Guiseley, so I'm looking forward to going there. They'll be looking to secure second or third with that home advantage in the playoffs. So, the management team have done a fantastic job. But let's be realistic. Other than Stockton, all the teams in the playoffs should be there. They should be there. And if they weren't, it would be a disappointing season for them. So again, it's going to be a brilliant day.
And just looking a little bit further ahead, you've alluded to the faith the players have in you, but this week shows the faith you have in the players. We've announced a retention of another 10 ahead of next year. What does that say about how far you think that this team can go?
I've always said it, Bob. I think we've shown in cup ties how good they are. Let's be fair, we've done ever so well against Altrincham, 2 full strength sides. We went down to 10 in the first half and with the better side, lost on penalties. We've seen against South Shields 5-0 win. We've seen against Buxton, in cup competitions. We've seen against Alfreton. We've seen against Dorking. This team, I've got a huge belief in them. They've got belief in each other. And when they sit in that dressing room and they look across or next to them, would you want to be in the dressing room with those players? Yes, you would. They believe in their teammates so much, and again, what they've got and how they've bonded is quite remarkable. So the 10 players, yeah, they deserve every single penny they get. A lot of people mention the budget. next year will be different for us. We won't have one of the biggest budgets in the league, so it's going to be a test, a test of us to see how far we can go. But again, to get those 10 players signed up, big players, people have been with us from, day one. They deserve every single plaudit they're getting. They deserve, and that goes with the 5 or 6 who have got the option triggered on promotion. So as it stands, we've got 15 or 16 in the squad for next season, so we can relax. I'll be looking to bring 1 or 2 in. We've got targets, spoke to agents, but again, my phone's not stopped. Players, agents ringing me, texting me, do you want this player? What about this player? But listen, I wanted to give my players the first opportunity. That's the utmost belief in them. Down the years, we've had numerous players, a necessity, but now every player will be contracted next season. And again, I honestly believe that we can finish in the top 7. We've seen how we've done against Curzon in both over the couple of years. Beat them twice. So again, and they're doing unbelievably well under the manager in the playoff positions. So again, we're really strong. We're really looking forward to a challenge next year, and we'll lose games of football. And it might be a new environment for me and my management team and the players that we won't be expected to win every week. I'll expect us to win every week, but the outside of our bubble, people will think we're beatable, and we will get beat, as I've said, this season. And the only disappointing thing for me this season, I honestly believe we could have gone the season unbeaten. We've only not won in 7 games. Wimpers, I think points per game 2.55, which is unbelievable. I think it's the best in the whole pyramid system. So again, we've done great. John Askey, Truro, they're having an unbelievable season as well. I think they've gone top of the National League South. So just goes to show, John, who's a brilliant manager for this football club, is doing unbelievable at Truro. So I look at every level, I look at every scenario, but it's about Macclesfield. And we want to go into that league next year on the back of breaking every single club record, every single league record if possible, and be relentless. So again, massive shout out to the fans again, Bob. The sun was shining, the fan zone, the DJ was playing the music loud. There were so many families here enjoying the sunshine. And it's just an unbelievable football club. There will be jealousy and envy next year once again, but listen, we take that in our stride. When you wear that Macclesfield badge and associate with this football club, it's a league club. Let's make no mistake about it. In everything we do, professionalism, the way we go about our business, the way everybody wants to beat us. So again, we're going to thrive. We're going to enjoy the summer. We've got 4 games to go though. We want to win every one. 109 points, 100 goals, and smash through every single record to say to people, do you know what? Yeah, I think I do know what I'm doing.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, mate.